Well, my name is John Valdez, and I'm a gay Mormon. And I think for a lot of us, it's a lot different than what people know and what people are used to. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I really, I mean, it's all a journey. Life's a journey, and we're all going through it. But I really love who I am, and I really love the experiences that I've gone through and the people that I've met and the bonds and relationships that I've been able to build. Um, and yeah, I mean, I guess I knew I was gay from a pretty young age, probably around 12 or 13. I started realizing that I was having feelings that most other boys were having for girls, but I was having them for guys. But it's kind of weird because in the Mormon community, the religion is very intertwined with every other aspect of your life. It's not just a church you go to once a week or once a month or whatever. It's your family and your friends and your community and your lifestyle really. And so when you're gay, it's weird because you feel, or at least I felt like I was two different people. I was my Mormon self and then my like gay self, and they weren't compatible really. So I didn't really come out to myself until I was about 17 and started dealing with the feelings and started figuring out what that meant for me. And it was kind of a dark place. I mean, you've ever had to if you've ever had like a crisis of faith in your life, I'm sure you understand. But it was tough. I'm not gonna lie. But I think going through that, going through questioning your beliefs, questioning what you know, and questioning who you are and what you want out of life really, really helps you progress as an individual. Especially with being Mormon, it's so easy to just accept what everyone tells you, accept what your family tells you, accept what your church tells you, and just accept it all without actually figuring anything out for yourself. I think being gay can be the same way too. It's really easy to just kind of latch on to a community, regardless of what that community is, whether it's the Mormon community, whether it's the gay community. And so for me, I didn't really feel like I fit either one. And so it was tough because I have, a lot of the Mormon beliefs resonate with me as an individual. And a lot of the gay lifestyle choices don't resonate with the church. And so it's a weird little like dance you have to do. But yeah, I mean, I think if you do that, I think when I figured out what I wanted out of life and where I wanted to go and what kind of values I really had, everything just kind of clicked. And I mean, it's an ongoing process every day. Every day you're rediscovering yourself, rediscovering who you are, rediscovering what you believe, and discovering more beliefs and more about what you like and what you value and new cultures and new things. It's a process that, keeps on going for the rest of your life. But I think that's something that gay Mormons have a hard time with because it's hard. I mean, when your family and your community and your upbringing tells you one thing, but you feel something else. It's hard, and you have to figure it out. But yeah, and I mean, I think, like for me personally, when I was coming to terms with everything, I was about 17 years old. I was going to BYU, and I was really not having a good time. BYU is a culture in and of itself, and it's really great for some people. But at that time for me, I wasn't sure what I wanted. I wasn't sure because I don't know how to explain this. So when you're Mormon, you kind of have like a built-in foundation, right? Because especially if you're born and raised Mormon, you have this foundation upon which you build everything. You build, your career choices and your life choices and your future, and everything is kind of molded on this foundation. And so when I was 17, I figured out I was gay, and that the stereotypical foundation wasn't going to work for me. I lost it, and because everything up until my life, up until that point, had been built on that, I felt like I lost everything. I felt like I didn't know who I was, and I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know if I was going to hell. I didn't know if God loved me. I didn't know anything. And so I had to rebuild from the ground up. And so I, during that process, rebuilding, refiguring out what I believed, I discovered that I actually have beliefs that aren't necessarily contradictory to the Mormon Church, but they're not like stereotypical dogmatic beliefs. Just, I don't know, like I don't think everyone's supposed to be Mormon. I don't think that the church is for everyone. I think it can work if you want it to. But I think that's the beauty of the church. You don't have to be Mormon in order to get saved. You don't have to be, you know, you don't have to be married in this life to be saved. You don't have to be even baptized in this life to be saved. The church has little loopholes that they use, and it's interesting. It's an interesting place to be whenever I try to describe what I believe, but yeah, and I think that it's really important, especially for young people, to be skeptical of what you're told. Don't believe everything everyone tells you, and figure out what you believe. And yeah, I think I have a great support system. I've been friends with the same group of friends since I was in middle school, and they're all straight. I've known them for like 14 years, and I've been out to them for about 6, and my family's known for about 4 years. And I think it's surprising when you're coming out because you're so scared about what people will think, and you're so scared about how people will take it and whether they'll accept you or whether they'll reject you. But what I found is that if you love yourself, people tend to love you. And so, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's really that easy. And so if you have belief in yourself, and if you know who you are, and you know what you want, and you love yourself, and you give that love to other people, then they'll return it tenfold. And so yeah, it's a crazy life we live in. Everyone has their own stuff to deal with, and just being gay and being Mormon is just one aspect of my personality, and everyone has their own trials and everyone has their own struggles, but that's the beauty of life. Life is a struggle, and it's about moving forward and figuring stuff out, and continuing to persevere. That's what it's all about. And yeah, that's what it's like to be me.